The question over control has been simmering since last May when the GVB board stopped meeting and only recently reconvened. At issue are the Bureau's bylaws that President Carl Gutierrez has pushed to have reshaped to better conform with GVB's enabling legislation. During questioning by Tourism Committee Vice Chair Jesse Lujan, GVB legal counsel Joe McDonald said the bylaws are incongruent with the original statute. In particular, they discussed how in recent years the board has not followed the requirement to approve any actions by resolution.
In our review of the corporate records, there appeared to be, at least since 2014, no substantive resolutions.
Okay, so therefore, again, it wasn't adhered to. The enabling legislation has not been adhered to.
There looks to be a gap, yes.
Looks to be a gap. Same difference. Okay. Houston, we have a problem.
McDonald acknowledged the friction over the issue between Gutierrez and certain board members.
When there's tension, it's actually a good thing from an organizational standpoint because the different interests are coming together and saying, wait a minute, we need to work this one out. So in that sense, I would say it's been healthy.
Senator Tello Taidagui is a former GVB deputy manager who says the board has been operating that way for years.
The bylaw saying one thing and then the enabling legislation would say another. So I'm glad that the attorney is there and especially you, President Gutierrez, for coming forward to cleaning up the issue to make it straight and forward. Before 20 years of the sins of the past cannot continue into the future.
But current Chairman George Chu counters.
Are we going to say now all of a sudden all those things that were not done properly is void, right? So, I mean, we've all lived on Guam for all these years. Are we going to say GVB did a bad job all these years? Tourism went from however it was up to 1.6 million prior to the 2019 pre-pandemic level. I mean, Guam was rolling in with the tourists coming in. So was GVB doing the wrong job because something was wrong between the bylaws and the enabling legislation?
Chu adds that what's good for one side should be good for all.
You know, we keep talking about transparency of the board. We want transparency not just of the board, but we want transparency of management and employees. That's what transparency is all about. It's not just about transparency with the board. Transparency with the entire GVB is what I'm looking at.
Nestor Lecanto, KUAM News.